Hello everybody, my name is Connor and we are here with Purple Luffy versus Shanks, and this is probably my worst game of this tournament. I didn't really want to show it, but I need to talk about it, and so I remember what I did wrong. So our hand does look kind of rough, not really seeing the things we want to see into Shanks, and then he did take first. He chose first, which I was like, oh, okay, but it ended up hurting me real good. So he's gonna go ahead and drop the, I believe that's Hongo, swinging 5 at me. I think I'm just gonna go ahead and give him a 2k counter there. I don't know about that one, but you know, hey, but we get another Kamazo, so we have we don't really have too much. We could drop Chopper early, or we could, what could we do? We could drop Chopper or even use this kid. I am a little worried about how long my things will stay on board with the Hongo on board, but I'm gonna go ahead poke 6 just so I get a card out of hand and he can't just simply leader ability out of it. But yeah, I don't know. I think potentially should have just dropped the kid or the Chopper and, you know, seen what he did with Hongo. I think that's Hongo. God, I hope that's Hongo. But yeah, he's going to go ahead, leader ability 1k, and we'll play down the Kamazo and pass turn. So there is, later in the game, and we'll talk about it when we get there, there is a bit of miscommunication and a little bit of an error. I don't think it changed the outcome of the game, but yeah, I don't think it did, but we'll talk about it when we get there. So he's gonna go ahead and get his Dawn, and yeah, I mean, this hand is looking rough. I definitely feel like even with Hongo threatening on board, the Chopper or Kid would have been a better play. I think Chopper, honestly. But the Yasop is going to come down, buffing the Shanks to 6. I'm going to go ahead and give him a 2k. And he's going to be a 6k leader on my turn, which is even more annoying and really slowing down my ability to just kind of try and rush him down. And so is my hand. Not seeing Zoro, not seeing Luffy Taro, not seeing any decent low bodies besides Chopper and Kid, and I just don't think I play them out enough. But we are gonna go ahead and ramp again, getting a Yasop, and not Yasop, excuse me, Usopp, Yasop's boy. So yeah, I think he's asking for clarification about what I was doing. I don't know how many purple Luffys he's played against. I haven't seen him. Oh, I think I miscounted my Dawn. That's what it is. I was like, I'm at 6 Dawn, and he was like, wait, no, you should be at 7. And I was like, what? But nope, I just can't count. So a little confusion there. But yeah, like, I would love to know what you guys would do with this hand, because I'm not feeling very good about it. I do think Chopper is a better play. Yes, I'm going down in Dawn, but if I get the Kid and Chopper combo on board, I think that would be a better look. So we'll go ahead and swing 6, seeing if we can get that leader ability out, and it looks like we do. So then we'll go ahead, swing another 6, force them to give us a card in hand, and then with our 5 Dawn, I think are gonna go ahead and drop Kid. Yep. God, I love that alt art. It's so pretty. But yeah, we'll go ahead and pass the turn after that. Yeah, really wishing I played Chopper, just to be able, a 6k body that can swing into him. Then I'd have an extra 2k in hand as well. So here is where the mistake happens. My opponent was convinced that Yasop, when you put a Dawn on Yasop, he buffs your leader. And I was like, can I read Yasop? And he seemed very sure of himself. And I don't like just grabbing. I'm not familiar with Yasop, so I don't like grabbing like cards off of my opponent's like mat without asking. I don't know. Maybe I should. Maybe I don't know. I just don't feel like that's very polite. And I'm a nice boy, so Yeah, so that there is a little bit of a mistake coming up here. He's going to go ahead with the Uta Searcher, grab the Yasop, and he's just going to go ahead and play out that Yasop, making his leader 6k. So he's going to, tap the Dawn for Yasop, buffing his leader to 6k, and then attaching a Dawn on the other Yasop, which Yasop will minus an opponent by 1,000, and I'm just not very familiar with Yasop. I haven't seen a lot of people who run Yasop in the Shanks deck. I feel like he was popular at first, so yeah, he's gonna go ahead, swing 6 into Kamazo, and I'm gonna let that go. I don't think that was a great choice. I think we needed that body, and yeah, I'm asking, can I read it? And he's like, oh no, it buffs. Like, yeah, like, and so a little miscommunication there. He does realize next turn that it doesn't buff his leader. Yeah, and I don't think there wasn't a judge at the event. It's not an event that I can just call a judge over. Otherwise, I probably would have. And I wasn't too worried about it, honestly. I don't know. Maybe I should have, but he hits me with a 7k, which I think even if it was a 6k, yeah, if it was a 6k, I might have countered out. But I don't know. By the time he realized we were too deep into the game, but I just don't know if it matters realistically. But let me know what you guys think. Let me know if you guys think that it does matter. I don't know if it does, but maybe I need to be more assertive. I don't know. But we're going to go ahead and drop Zoro Juro just to try and find something, dude. And we get two. There's another search with 2 Gum Gums. I feel like I'm legally obligated to grab one of the Gum Gums whenever I play whenever I search 2 of them, you know? So we'll go ahead and we'll minus we'll play down Chopper. Having a decent looking board, but he's still at 5 life, and I feel like I'm so slow, you know, to ramp, to play out bodies. And yeah, I think if I played Chopper out instead of Kamazo, we could have potentially done okay, because I was really worried about that Hongo, but Hongo has just been chilling there, you know? So, yeah. So, our hand's not looking great still. We have 2 blockers on the board, but he's got 2 Yasops, which are going to minus my characters by 1,000. And he's getting to 10 on. And hopefully he won't see the nuts, but he's Shanks. So, I feel like Shanks players always see it all. Shanks and Bonnie, I feel like always see it all. I feel like this hand is just so unlucky. It's getting a little better now that we're in late game, but not being able to Luffy Taro into a body, and then is really painful. So I put the ability use token on Chopper to help signify to myself and my opponent that he is a blocker. He's a 6k blocker currently, so 3 6k bodies on field would be pretty nice, especially if I wasn't so afraid of swinging Kid. I think that's just one of the things I need to work on. I honestly need to work on what do I do when my plan gets thrown off. And so yeah, there he's realizing that the Yasop minuses by 1,000, not gains, gives his leader 1,000. So yeah. Yeah, this is a tough one, man. I really didn't want to post this one because I was just kind of like feeling like I played it so poorly. But those are the games you learn the most from. I feel like you learn more from losing than you do winning. So we're going to talk about it. He's going to go ahead and put 2 Dawn on Yasop swinging. I believe that is 8, I want to say. Minusing 1,000 to Eustace Captain Kid, which is a bummer. I'd like to keep Eustace Captain Kid, but I'm thinking about giving him 2 2Ks. Yeah, I give him 2 2Ks, and yeah, I mean 3 of my big cost bodies. I think I'm only running 3 9 moms currently, but he's gonna go ahead and minus again with Yasop swinging another 8. He's gonna hit the Chopper, which is pretty frustrating. So I'll go ahead and take that. Getting a law, dude. Holy moly. I don't know if my hand could be worse. It probably could. Actually, it probably could. I have 2K counter in my hand. That is rough, and that's kind of how the whole game's been. So I will go ahead and give him that 2K. Probably should have gummed that, I think. I just think at this point I was so, like, I was playing so behind, and I was so worried that I don't know. And then we get the Bond Clay, and maybe I should have played Bond Clay down. There's a world where I play Bond Clay down just to copy his 10-cost Shanks, which would make it an 11K, which is a lot easier to clear Shanks with. But we're going to go ahead, swing 6 with Chopper, and I start swinging into board. And I think at this point, like, I've just made several bad decisions in a row, and it is too late to swing into board. I mean, I don't even know what to do with what I have. Like, I'm gonna 9-mom here, just to try and survive, basically. But I'm honestly not hopeful, guys. Watching this back is so painful. But he is gonna block the 6K swing with the Tony Chopper, who is a 6 on his turn. So since I have a Dawn minus coming, I will go ahead and swing 6, and let the Yasop. He'll let the Yasop go. I'll tap 9. I will minus the Dawn Kid ability to get it back. I'm gonna trash Rush Luffy. I think that's okay. Healing a life there. And then I want to bring that life back. And I think I'm going to put Yasop at the bottom of his life, which healing Shanks at this point was probably not the smart move. But I'm in survival mode. I am in fighting for my life mode. I have to figure out how I'm going to survive. And I don't think I minus the Dawn there for Chopper ability. I don't know how much it matters, because I'm probably dead, but at least he doesn't have any big bodies to swing with yet. Of course, 10 Dawn turn, the chances that you know, 10 drop Shanks is coming is pretty good, or even worse for me, Roger would just make it really hard, I think, for me to come back. But there he was just saying that he forgot to use leader ability. Could have leader abilitied to save the Yasop, but didn't. And there's 10 cost Shanks. Yeah, that sucks. I think, honestly, if I like him dropping that Shanks is game. He's got 6 life, and I've got 3 cards in hand, and he's got a 10 cost Shanks. Like, I played this round really poorly, but he's going to go ahead and swing 5 into the 5 Zoro, and I can't afford to save that. We're going to go ahead and take that life, getting a Zoro Juro, or excuse me, a Sonogoro, and we get another 2K, so at least there's that. I potentially think another thing I could have done here is just loaded everything up on 9-mom and swung at Shanks. Just to get rid of... I think that would probably have been the best choice. Because he has about 3 cards in hand, it looks like. 3 to 4. We'll go 5 at lead. He's going to leader ability the Chopper swing, I believe. And then counter out with that. And yeah, I think I'm setting some Dawn aside. I think, honestly... I think I'm going to do another 9-mom. Just to heal. I think the better option would probably have been to load everything up on Lin and swing at 10 cost Shanks, but he didn't know that Lin had a number that she could put in life. So yeah, we're gonna give him another life. Probably a really bad choice, like, and we'll swing the 9 at lead. And like, yeah, with 1 card in hand, I absolutely should have swung. What the hell was I doing? I absolutely should have swung into swung into that Shanks to get rid of it, because you know he's Shanks, so you know he's got another 10 cost, and that's just, it's too hard to play when all your bodies are 2k. You know, when all your bodies are minus 2k, and they have two 12k bodies on board. Rush Shanks is absolutely insane. Yep, there's his other Rush Shanks. So gonna minus my entire board by 2, and if I wasn't cooked before, I'm cooked now. Definitely feeling like I should have swung into Shanks, because I think I could have cleared both Shanks. Ideally, he swings into, I swing everything into Shanks, he lets it go, and then I can block if he swings into Shanks, or swings Shanks into Linlin, and then we do it again. But ideally. But yeah, I think at this point I just kind of knew, like, with that starting hand, with the, like, not having what I needed, I just knew I was kind of cooked. So, and hey, look who finally decided to show up. It's Luffy Taro. Very cool. Oh man, when this deck low rolls, it just makes me so frustrated. And watching this back is honestly so painful. Because not only is there the combination of the Shanks seeing everything, but I just made a couple bad decisions, and it really cost me the game. I'm not at low enough Dawn for Luffy Taro to cheat out the Sanji blocker. And now I'm like, okay, I don't really have, what can I do here? My hand is pretty bad. For this late in the game, I need 1 Dawn up for Gum Gum. I probably should have used Gum Gum earlier. Yeah, like when I had the 2 9 moms in hand, I should have used it to cycle and get a little deeper into my deck and ideally find something. And I'm counting here. I have to count several times because I have to remember that Linlin's not a 9 cost. She's not a 9,000 power. She's a 7,000 power. So before I swing 5, I'm just making sure how aggressively I'm swinging into the Shanks, and I try and clear that Shanks, and he's got the counter. Like, this man has everything. So, I mean, at this point, what do I do? We'll just swing the 7 into lead, and this honestly just feels just as bad. Should have swung everything into Shanks earlier. And yeah, I mean, he's at 7 life. I really, really messed this game up. It is really actually very frustrating to watch back, and just like, the decisions I made were not good. And then of course having 2 10 cost Shanks on curve is very frustrating, I think, for anyone. So I make Chopper a blocker, unable to swing Chopper because he's minus 2k. And I had to try and clear a Shanks, but yeah, and I'm looking through my trash to see, like, did I see anything decent? And no, I've seen 1 Gum Gum, I've seen 1 Luffy Taro late game. So, when you don't have your pieces, you just don't have your pieces. Like, I don't know. I want to tweak the deck list though. I think I mentioned in one of the previous videos, I really heavily teched my deck to deal with Blackbeard, but just didn't run in any Blackbeards. I think a lot of people have jumped off the Blackbeard train. But hey, look, a Gum Gum Giant out of life. So, yeah, 13k swings. And then I know, like, even if I'm so far cooked. So, I'm going to try and live this turn. And probably not live, honestly, because they have 2 more attacks. And I draw 2 1Ks, so... and I'm gonna have to dump, like, my entire hand to get out of that 13k. So, yeah, just really frustrating. I think that definitely playing Chopper earlier was probably a better choice. And then swinging into Shanks initially with Linlin, the turn he played it, would have probably had a better result. And as I said, I don't think him saying, and then he drops the Rayleigh, dude. I was like, okay, like, this game sucks. I hate this game. But yeah, like, I don't think him thinking that his body was a, or his leader was a 7K, really mattered. And by the time he, realized it, and granted, I'm sure you guys are saying, like, Connor, you should have said something. You should have, like, really, said, I need to read your card, or called a judge, or did something. But, yeah, I don't know. I just didn't feel like it was worth the hassle, but I don't know. Maybe I would have placed it a little better, but I just think I low rolled the shit out of this game. And yeah, look at this search. It's a bad one. So, yeah, I'm going to wrap it up here, guys. Obviously, with that board, I'm losing. I think I just go ahead and fold eventually, but yeah, I don't think that the 7K Shanks play mattered in the long run. I think I just didn't have my pieces to try and do something. Yeah, I look so frustrated, because what do you do when you're staring down this board, and you just top deck nothing continually for several turns in a row? Yeah, at this point, I just say, okay, I'm going to go at face and try and at least get our scores close, get your life down. But yeah, just incredibly frustrating. I know this commentary hasn't really been that great, but like watching this back, like, is just, it's incredibly frustrating to watch this back. And yeah, it just sucks. It sucks, man. The Shanks matchup, you have to, if I had any early aggression, I think I could have done a lot better, but no, I didn't have any early aggression. Yeah, so he's like, I'm gonna drop dragon, and I was like, okay, dude, you got it. You absolutely got it. Not much you can do, man. Pretty unfortunate. And yeah, I mean, as I said, let me know if you guys think that 7-cost Shanks, the Yasop play, even mattered in the end. As I said, I don't think it did. I think I just low rolled the living hell out of this round. But it be what it be. So that is going to do it for me, guys. Thank you guys so much for watching. If you like this video for some reason, you're evil if you liked this video, because I'm suffering. But if you like this video, hit that like button down below. Helps me out more than you could ever know. Go ahead and subscribe if you are new, and I will see you guys in the next video. I hope you guys have a wonderful rest of your day.